Imagine reaching into an old box of coins passed down through your family and finding a single coin that looks completely ordinary at first glance. It has a familiar shape, a worn metallic shine, and a date that many people would overlook without giving it a second thought. But what if that coin carried a fascinating story connected to Nepal's history, its monarchy, and one of the country's biggest tourism campaigns? Today we are taking a close look at the Nepal 10 rupees coin dated 1997, a coin that has attracted attention from collectors around the world because of its historical importance, beautiful design, and the incredible stories that continue to circulate about its value. Before we talk about prices, let's first understand why this coin exists. Every coin tells a story, and this one is no different. During the late 1990s, Nepal was promoting itself as one of the world's most beautiful travel destinations. The country is home to breathtaking Himalayan mountains, ancient temples, unique cultural traditions, and rich history. To encourage visitors from around the world, Nepal introduced a national tourism campaign known as Visit Nepal 98. As part of this campaign, the government issued a commemorative 10 rupees coin that celebrated the upcoming tourism year. Rather than being just another piece of currency, this coin became a symbol of Nepal's heritage and its invitation to the world. The coin was issued during the reign of King Birendra Babikram Shodev, one of Nepal's most recognized monarchs. His portrait appears on the coin, making it a historical reminder of an important period in Nepal's monarchy. For collectors, coins featuring former kings often hold additional historical significance because they represent a specific era that can never be repeated. After major political changes in Nepal, coins featuring the monarchy became part of history, increasing interest among collectors who enjoy preserving pieces from different periods. When you hold this coin, one of the first things you notice is its solid feel. It was struck in copper nickel, giving it strength and durability. The coin measures approximately 25 mm in diameter and weighs around 10 grams. These specifications make it comfortable to hold while also giving it a premium appearance compared to many smaller circulation coins. The edges are carefully designed, and the overall craftsmanship reflects the quality expected from commemorative issues. Now let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of King Birendra Babikram Shodev surrounded by inscriptions written in Devanagari script. The engraving captures fine facial details and reflects the artistic style used by Nepal's mint during that period. Collectors often examine this side carefully because sharper details usually indicate a better preserved coin. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design that celebrates Visit Nepal 98. The inscriptions honor the tourism campaign while emphasizing Nepal's national identity. Every letter and design element was carefully arranged to create a balanced appearance that represents the country's pride and cultural heritage. This combination of history, art, and national celebration makes the coin especially attractive to collectors who appreciate commemorative issues. Many people assume that old automatically means valuable, but experienced collectors know that age alone does not determine a coin's worth. Several important factors influence value. The first is condition. A coin that has spent years circulating through markets, shops, and people's pockets will naturally develop scratches, wear, and surface marks. Such coins are generally worth only a modest amount. On the other hand, a coin preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition with original mint luster and crisp details can command a much higher price because collectors prefer examples that look as close as possible to the day they were struck. Another important factor is rarity. Although this commemorative coin was produced in significant numbers, many examples have disappeared through years of circulation, damage, or loss. Finding one in outstanding condition has become increasingly difficult. As time passes, surviving high-quality examples become more desirable, especially among collectors building complete sets of Nepalese coins. Collector demand also plays a major role. Coin values change according to the interests of buyers. If more collectors begin searching for Nepalese commemorative coins, prices may increase. If demand slows, prices can stabilize or even decline. Unlike fixed-price items, collectible coins are influenced by the market, making values constantly change over time. Professional grading is another factor that can dramatically affect value. Independent grading companies examine coins under magnification, evaluate their condition, and assign a numerical grade. A professionally certified coin gives buyers confidence that it is genuine and accurately described. Coins receiving high grades often sell for significantly more than similar coins without certification because collectors trust the grading process. Some collectors also search for mint errors. During production, small mistakes occasionally occur. These may include off-center strikes, double designs, clipped planchets, die cracks, or other unusual manufacturing errors. Genuine mint errors are often much rarer than standard coins and can become highly desirable. However, it is important to distinguish genuine mint errors from damage that occurred after the coin entered circulation. One of the reasons this particular coin attracts so much attention online is because of sensational claims about its value. Social media posts, videos, and advertisements sometimes suggest that the Nepal 1997 10 rupees coin is worth an astonishing fortune. These headlines generate excitement because everyone dreams of discovering a life-changing treasure hiding in an old drawer or forgotten collection. But experienced collectors always verify extraordinary claims before accepting them as fact. The truth is that most examples of this coin sell for relatively modest amounts depending on their condition. Circulated coins generally bring only a few dollars. Better preserved examples may sell for higher prices, while professionally graded specimens in exceptional condition can command premium values. These prices reflect real collector demand and documented sales. However, stories occasionally appear claiming that this coin is worth an unbelievable $10.20 million. Such claims spread rapidly because they capture people's imagination and encourage viewers to search through their own collections. Despite the excitement, there are no widely accepted public auction records confirming that an ordinary Nepal 1997 10 rupees commemorative coin has sold for $10.20 million. Extraordinary prices require extraordinary evidence, including authentication, documented provenance, and verified auction results. Could an extremely rare prototype, unique mint error, or one-of-a-kind presentation strike achieve an exceptional value? In theory, unique coins can become incredibly valuable if their rarity is proven and collectors compete aggressively for ownership. Throughout numismatic history, certain one-of-a-kind coins have indeed sold for astonishing amounts. But these are exceptional cases supported by extensive documentation, professional certification, and major auction houses. They are not representative of ordinary circulation coins. If you own this coin, it is still worth examining carefully. Start by looking at the overall condition. Are the design details sharp? Does the coin still display original luster? Are there scratches, dents, or corrosion? Examine both sides under good lighting using a magnifying glass if possible. Compare your coin with verified reference images to ensure all design elements match authentic examples. Next, measure the coin's diameter and weight if you have suitable equipment. Authentic coins generally match official specifications closely. Significant differences could indicate damage, alteration, or in rare cases something unusual worth investigating further. If your coin appears exceptional, consider having it examined by a reputable coin dealer or submitting it to a recognized grading service. Professional evaluation provides valuable information about authenticity, condition, and potential market value. It also makes selling easier because buyers have greater confidence in certified coins. Collectors often ask whether they should clean old coins before selling them. The answer from experienced numismatists is almost always no. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface, remove original mint luster, and reduce collector value. Even if a coin appears dirty, preserving its original surface is generally preferred over making it look shiny. Proper storage is equally important. Coins should be kept in protective holders away from excessive humidity, moisture, chemicals, and direct handling. Fingerprints contain oils that can gradually affect the metal over time. Using cotton gloves or holding coins only by the edges helps preserve their condition. The Nepal 10 rupees commemorative coin also reminds us that collecting is about more than financial value. Every coin represents history, culture, politics, economics, and artistic achievement. Holding this coin connects collectors to Nepal during an important period when the country welcomed visitors from around the world while still operating under its monarchy. That historical connection is something money alone cannot replace. Many collectors specialize in commemorative coins because they celebrate significant national events. Unlike regular circulation coins that change little from year to year, commemorative issues often feature unique artwork, limited production periods, and memorable themes. These characteristics make them enjoyable to collect while preserving important moments in history. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is how values evolve over decades. Coins that once circulated daily can eventually become collectible simply because time passes and fewer examples survive in excellent condition. This gradual transition from everyday currency to historical collectible is one of the reasons numismatics continues attracting new enthusiasts around the world. Whether you inherited your coin, purchased it at a market, found it in an old collection, or received it as change many years ago, taking the time to learn about it adds appreciation beyond its monetary value. Researching its background reveals the people, events, and national achievements connected to its creation. If you enjoy collecting coins, remember that patience often rewards collectors more than chasing sensational headlines. Building knowledge, studying genuine market trends, and understanding grading standards are far more valuable than believing every extraordinary price claim seen online. Informed collectors make better decisions and enjoy the hobby much more. So the next time you come across an Nepal 10 rupees coin dated 1997, don't dismiss it as just another old coin. Examine its details, appreciate its craftsmanship, and remember the historical story it represents. It stands as a lasting reminder of Nepal's cultural heritage, the Visit Nepal 98 campaign, and a remarkable period in the nation's history. And finally, you've probably heard the astonishing claim that this coin could be worth $10.20 million. That figure certainly captures attention and creates excitement, but it should be treated as an unverified claim unless supported by authenticated documentation and confirmed auction records. If an exceptionally rare version, unique mint era, or historically significant specimen were ever proven and offered through a major auction, its value could become extraordinary. Until such evidence exists, collectors should rely on professional authentication, certified grading, and verified market sales when determining the true value of any Nepal 1997 10 rupees commemorative coin. What if a coin so small that most people would never even look at it twice suddenly became the center of attention for collectors around the world? The 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coin is one of those pieces that carries more curiosity than its size suggests. At first glance, it appears simple, almost insignificant, something that once passed through countless hands in everyday transactions across Nepal. But when you slow down and really observe it, you begin to notice that it carries history, culture, and a silent story of a nation's monetary journey. This coin was part of a time when Nepal's economy still relied heavily on small denominations for daily trade, and every paisa mattered in local markets, rural shops, and traditional exchanges. The coin itself is usually made from aluminum or a lightweight alloy, designed to be practical rather than luxurious. Its purpose was never to impress collectors but to serve the people in everyday life. One side typically carries the national emblem or symbolic design elements representing Nepal's identity, while the other side displays the denomination written in Nepali script. That script alone makes it stand out because it reflects the deep cultural and linguistic heritage of the country. The Devanagari-style lettering gives it a traditional artistic touch that modern digital currency can never replace. During the early 1990s, Nepal was going through gradual economic and structural changes. Coins like the 10 paisa were essential in maintaining cash flow for small purchases. Imagine buying candies, local snacks, or paying small service charges in villages where every single paisa had value. This coin quietly supported that system. Nobody at that time imagined that decades later, people would discuss it not as currency, but as a collectible artifact. Collectors today are not just looking at the face value of coins. They are searching for history, rarity, condition, and emotional connection. The 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coin becomes interesting because it represents a discontinued era of low-denomination currency. As inflation increased and economic systems evolved, such small coins slowly disappeared from circulation. Many were lost, melted, damaged, or simply forgotten in old boxes and storage containers. This natural disappearance is what creates curiosity among collectors. When a coin becomes harder to find in good condition, its perceived value starts to rise in niche collector markets. However, it is important to understand that most 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coins are still common and do not hold high monetary value in regular markets. Their worth is usually symbolic or historical rather than financial. Only in rare cases, such as mint errors, uncirculated conditions, or special variations, might collectors show increased interest. Still, the fascination around coins like this often grows on social media and video platforms. Many creators highlight old coins and sometimes exaggerate their value to attract viewers. This is where imagination and reality start mixing. While it is true that rare coins can reach high auction prices in global numismatic markets, those cases usually involve extremely unique specimens, historical errors, or limited mintages that are verified by experts. Ordinary circulation coins, even if old, rarely reach such extreme valuations. But the story becomes more powerful when we think about possibilities. Imagine discovering a 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coin that is perfectly preserved, untouched by time, with sharp details and no scratches. Imagine it being a rare minting error where the design is slightly misprinted or the metal composition is unusual. In the world of collectors, such anomalies can create intense demand because rarity drives competition. And when competition increases, prices can rise significantly in specialized auctions. Coins are not just metal. They are snapshots of time. This particular coin reflects a period in Nepal's history when traditional values and modern economic changes were coexisting. The script engraved on it is more than writing, it is identity. It connects the viewer to the language, culture, and artistic style of Nepal in the early 90s. For many collectors, that emotional and historical connection matters more than the actual monetary value. There is also the psychological side of collecting. People often feel excited when they think they might own something rare or valuable. This excitement fuels demand in the collector community. Even a coin that originally had almost no purchasing power can become a topic of discussion simply because of its age and origin. The 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coin fits perfectly into this category of underrated curiosity. In online spaces, especially short videos and coin collecting communities, such coins are often presented in a dramatic way. You might see claims suggesting extremely high values, sometimes even reaching millions of dollars. These claims are usually not supported by verified auction records. However, they do capture attention and make people curious enough to check their old collections. That curiosity is what keeps the hobby alive. To understand its real-world value, we must look at numismatic principles. The value of a coin depends on four main factors: rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. For the Nepal 10 paisa 1994 coin, rarity is moderate because many were minted. Condition varies widely because most circulated heavily. Demand exists mostly within niche collectors of South Asian currency. Historical significance is present but not extreme compared to ancient or colonial-era coins. So, under normal circumstances, its value remains modest. However, storytelling changes perception. When someone presents this coin with suspense, mystery, and emotional build-up, it suddenly feels more important. That is why content creators focus on dramatic narration. They are not just showing a coin, they are selling a feeling of discovery. The idea that you might already have something valuable without knowing it is incredibly powerful for audiences. Now imagine a scenario where a coin like this appears in pristine condition, certified by a major grading authority, and linked to a rare minting batch. In such a hypothetical situation, collectors from different countries might compete to acquire it. This is where auction dynamics come into play. Prices can escalate quickly when bidders believe they are competing for something truly unique. This is also where exaggerated online figures like $10.20 million sometimes appear in viral scripts. In reality, such numbers are highly speculative and not grounded in documented sales for this specific coin. But in storytelling terms, they represent the extreme imagination of what collectors dream about finding. It symbolizes the idea of life-changing discovery from something as small as a coin. The truth is that the real beauty of the 1994 Nepal 10 paisa coin is not in millions of dollars but in its story. It represents everyday life in Nepal during a specific era, the simplicity of small transactions, and the cultural imprint of a nation's currency design. It is a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry historical weight. For many collectors, the joy comes from building collections, learning history, and preserving pieces of the past. Not every coin needs to be extremely valuable to be meaningful. Sometimes, the most ordinary-looking coin can spark the deepest curiosity. And that is exactly why coins like this continue to appear in discussions, videos, and collector forums. If you ever come across one of these coins in an old box or collection, take a moment to look closely at it. Check its condition to observe the details in the script and appreciate the craftsmanship. Even if it is not worth a fortune, it still holds a piece of history in your hands. And in the world of imagination, speculation, and viral storytelling, people will always wonder, what if this was the rare one? That question alone keeps the mystery alive and the interest growing. Because sometimes, the real value of a coin is not just what it can buy, but the story it can tell, the curiosity it can create, and the dream it can inspire in someone who holds it for the very first time. And in the most exaggerated online claims, rare hypothetical versions of this coin have been imagined to reach values as high as $10.20 million.